remember Jim Garshow, who was, a legend, a real legend. He always told me before a game, he goes, if you have a good pregame show, you're going to have a good broadcast. And for years, I've seen guys walk in 5 minutes before the game and just go on the air. And, the product, matches what the preparation was. So I think my key has been, learn as much as I can before the game, and then everything seems to go real smooth.
Today on the We Share podcast, regional radio talent and longtime sports announcing legend, John Balginy. Welcome to the We Share podcast. I'm Julie.
I'm Alex.
We share ourselves and we provide a platform for others to share.
We believe everyone has a purpose and a story to tell.
And we're back on the We Share podcast. I'm Julie.
And I'm Alex.
And we have a great guest in studio today. He keeps telling us there was no reason for him to come on this podcast.
I know, he's a legend.
I know. He doesn't like that word, by the way.
Oh, okay, then let's use game changer.
Are you a game changer, John Balginy?
No, man.
No, he's a game announcer.
I knew you guys would finally run out of guests, and you're scraping the bottom of the barrel today.
99.
But
You're
it's
99.
I'm glad to be here. Thank you very much for having
99. Me. That's who you are on our guests.
Number 99.
99 bottles of beer on the wall. 99.
Well, John Balginy, if anyone is in East Idaho and is interested in either country music, even the music scene over the years, or in sports, you absolutely know who John Balginy is. Hey, how are you?
I'm doing good.
So have you been, aside from us working with him, have you been fortunate enough to have kids in a sport that John called?
Oh, no. John knows my dad.
Oh,
wow.
Well, you just went up to me.
Yeah. He was in the sports scene when my dad was in the sports scene.
Was your dad born in 1936 also?
He was not.
See?
Yeah, we got a little prequel. Before we started the show, John said that was the year he was born, and I almost fell for it.
One of the best softball umpires we've ever had in Idaho Falls.
Yeah. Oh.
He was good. He's good. And I have a brother who has fallen
That's
right
what
in.
I understand.
My brother does college baseball. And
really?
Yeah. All over Utah and California and Arizona. So
many a time I've heard people scream at Blue.
Yes. Yeah. I've given my dirty looks in the years of watching my dad.
I bet.
They can make or break a game. They have a lot of power.
They do. My dad he liked to be a pitcher's umpire. He had a nice little tight strike zone there, and it worked out well. So
John.
Yes.
How did you come to be in all these sports? What was your path? How did it start?
My dad was a coach and a trainer, and I've just been around sports all my life, in locker rooms when I was 3-4 years old. And then I played sports, wasn't good enough to play after high school, so I decided I was going to be a sports writer first. And then that didn't work out, and a friend of mine said, why don't you try broadcasting? So I did, and I don't know how I'm still around, but I am, and that's sort of the story in a nutshell.
I can give you a reason why you're still around. Because you sound amazing, and familiarity, it's what we talk about in radio. Why people gravitate to listening to radio is it just feels like home. People want that sense of community. That's why we're still thriving, I think.
I was chatting with my husband about you the other day, and I was saying, John chose, I'm sure, to stay here. You raised your family here, and John could have gone big. You are that good at what you do. So when we call you a legend, that's why we say that, because East Idaho is lucky to have you.
If I didn't know he didn't like the term legend, I would have come in here with he's platinum, all-star, rock star. There's a lot of words that synonyms.
I like old man myself. Because,
old man, I'm an old lady.
What I am. Mm-hmm. Yeah, whatever. It's the two beauties and the beast today.
Look, you can be a beast. You're a beast at your game.
No.
You're good. You're good. Okay, so you went that route. What has been fulfilling about it? You've done it for so many years now. What have you loved? I
like being around sports. A lot of folks have told me, I did the morning show on QP for 20 years, and I'd get, and then I'd go to the ballpark and get home at 12, 1 o'clock, and then get up at 4, and people ask me, why do you do that? I said, well, the radio part's my job, but doing those sports sort of my hobby. And it's been that way ever since.
That's kind of what fills your cup, right?
Yeah, I don't ski, I don't fish, I don't hunt.
He doesn't golf, guys, either.
Well,
Remember
that's
you
rude.
told me?
That's rude. I just golf Sunday. But then I wouldn't call it golfing, so
He cart golfs.
Yeah.
I try to hit the ball.
He drinks a beer and hangs out at the course.
No,
Yeah.
golf is fun. I think they go hand in hand.
It's a hard sport though.
It is.
I'm terrible.
Very technical.
You have mad respect for the Scotty Schefflers, the Tiger Woods,
Oh.
the Phil
Yeah,
Mickelsons.
they make it look so easy.
Yeah.
Just hit the ball straight, but nah.
Even our pros in this area, they're phenomenal. Amazing.
Do you have a favorite sport?
To broadcast, to call,
Yeah,
or to
sure.
watch?
Let's go that. Yeah.
I like basketball. It's just quick paced, and I like baseball as well because there's downtime, but you can tell some stories and shoot the bull if you want to, and rag on the umpires every once in a while.
And there's an interesting side part of broadcasting in baseball, which is you have to know how to keep the story going, but be able to pause in the story and say what play just happened, so-and-so
And then
advanced
pick
from
it back
first to
up,
second
yeah.
on, and then you start the story up again, and you're so good at that.
Yeah, there's a lot of downtime. People say, baseball's so boring to watch. Well, yeah, maybe, but if you know the game, there's so many other little aspects of it that I enjoy doing it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think it's so fun.
I love to watch
and the
baseball.
And the smell of the ballpark, like being live at baseball, is so fun.
So good.
I know Boston just pulled up a young gun. Anything to say about that?
Yeah,
Just
the Yankees are in
yesterday?
first place. That's what I have to say about that. That's all. Don't bring up Boston when I'm in the room. Come on, Alex. You know better
Have
than
you
that.
been to Fenway?
He is a diehard Yankee fan
He's
here.
a Yankees fan. Have you been to Fenway?
I
or to-
haven't. It's on my bucket list.
I have
Yeah.
Yeah.
for the Yankees Boston series.
I watched the Yankees and the Boston's Red Sox play at Fenway once. It was, you need to go, John.
Oh, I
Yes.
am. It's definitely on my list.
Okay,
Yeah.
Kimra, his bucket list.
There you go. Have you
Shout
been
out.
to a Yankees game?
Yes. Yeah.
Good.
Been to a lot of
He went to the
games.
Yankees Dodger game last year, didn't you?
I went to the World Series.
Yeah, the World Series.
Game 2.
Oh.
That was pretty neat. Didn't like the outcome, but
There you go.
But you were
It was
there.
a whole different atmosphere. It was really nice. I'd do it again.
Twist your arm.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think I would do it too. Anyone want to buy
Yeah.
me a $5,000 ticket?
In all your regional sports broadcasting, do you have a couple of moments that stand out? Ones where you're like, this was an amazing event and I was so glad I was part of it.
Oh, there's a bunch of them. Skyline Football 2016, they were playing Bishop Kelly at
State.
at Albertson's state
Yeah.
championship game, and they were down 50-49. They scored, and they went for two and got the 2-point conversion. That started Skyline's run of, I think, 5 state titles in about 7 years. Idaho Falls High School, they've won a couple of state basketball tournaments. They've won 2 in the last maybe 60 years, and I called both of them in 88 and then again in 2019. And then the Chuckers, they've won 4 titles since I've been around, and that's always fun to pop the champagne and celebrate with the guys. So yeah, there's a lot of them. I've had a lot of great guests in the booth with me over the years. Gina Davis, my favorite. She was in town for a League of Their Own. It was his 20th anniversary, so she came to Idaho Falls, Melaleuca Field. They showed the movie after the game, but she came up and we talked. It was a great talk. After one inning, her assistant said, "Okay, we got to go. We have other things to do." She goes, "Nah, I think I'm going to stay one more inning with John."
Yeah.
So that was a blast.
Oh,
that was a
that's
blast.
awesome.
I love real people, even after they become celebrities.
Yeah,
Real
and
people.
she was. Yeah. So I mean, I could go on forever, but number one, my memory's not that good, and I don't know how long this show is. So
Your memory's just great. So right now we've got NBA playoffs going on. Anything to say about that? Finals? Don't really care.
no, I guess I want Oklahoma City to win, but they're not. Neither one are one of my favorite teams.
Who was your favorite?
Well, it used to be Utah until they traded everybody, and
Yeah.
yeah.
I really don't have one now.
Yeah, I like Utah because it's close, but Boston's still my favorite.
Yeah. Are you falling in love with hockey?
You know, I know nothing about hockey, but over the last couple of years, first year I went to maybe 4 or 5 Spud King games, and this last year I probably went to 12, 15 of them. So yeah, I still don't understand the rules, but it's exciting and
It's a good
exciting.
time.
Yeah, it is.
It is fun.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
one,
Mountain America Center is just a great place to watch, and the fan base is outstanding. So, yeah, I'd like to learn the rules a little bit better, but it's fun to watch.
and they won the Deneen Cup, so
Yep.
that's pretty amazing too.
It's been really good. And professional hockey. So as we move even
Yes.
up higher, Utah's looking great.
Yeah.
They didn't have the finish to the season they wanted this year, but they're for a brand new club.
I'm glad they
that
changed
area.
the name. The Utah Hockey Club didn't do it for me.
Well, wasn't it just a year of marinating?
Yeah,
And
but
then
They had to stick with it for the year, and then they did the regular, which is they said they opened it up for a fan vote. But marketing is all involved in
Oh, yeah,
behind the
I
scenes
know about
on all
the
of
I
that.
don't know if I even know what they decided on.
the Mammoth.
Yeah, the
The
mammoth.
mammoth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They wanted the Yeti, but they couldn't clean up the trademark because Yeti,
Yeah.
like mugs and coolers and everything, they couldn't get that all squared away. So they went
You know,
with the mammoth.
speaking of names,
I'm surprised they didn't go with something more Brigham Young oriented.
The sinners.
The beehives.
the Wives.
Yeah. The polygamists. That's what they should have been.
When they renamed the Chuckers, we had a citywide survey, and we had tons of ideas, but I came up one day with the word chucker, and I remember Kevin Green, who's the GM and the president, said, "What's a chucker?" I go, "Well, you call a baseball pitcher a chucker, and it's also a little bird that you can hunt because my dad used to hunt them in Kansas." So I said, "What about the chuckers?" And he said, "Okay, yeah," and
And so you named the
I came up with the chuckers, so I am officially the
I'm
mother
like,
chucker.
slow clap.
Well done.
The
That is
mother chucker,
amazing.
that's me. It's going to be on my tombstone.
Well, and plus, if it's Kansas City, we feed into the Royals, don't we?
Yeah,
So
well,
that's
we
kinda
did.
perfect.
Yeah. No, I
Oh, we
don't-
don't anymore.
It's all
No.
different now.
Yeah, I don't want to go into that.
They're not
Yeah.
hungry.
It's
We
a
don't
sore
need-
spot.
Rob Manfred, what
Yeah.
an
Oh.
idiot. Baseball commissioner.
Yeah.
Ruined this.
I was actually going to ask you that. You've seen that evolution. Are you disappointed with the evolution?
Oh,
of,
no doubt. I mean,
Yeah.
the commissioner, Rob Manfred, he took away 40 cities of affiliated baseball, and, that took a lot of jobs away. When teams were affiliated, you'd see the Salvador Perez's and the guys that are now in the major leagues. You'd see them when they were 18, 19 years old, and there was a fan base there. And now that's all gone. So, yeah, I wasn't real pleased with that. I'm glad we do have baseball here, but it's not the same without the major league affiliation.
What's the reason that he took it away, or did he give one?
He's an idiot.
Okay.
Pretty
There,
much.
You heard it here.
Oh, they were trying to save money, but
Yeah.
again, it just really damaged 40 communities across the country. So
When you say communities, but it is a unifying event.
Yeah.
You go to the Chuckers games here, and you're hanging out
Yeah.
with like-minded friends. It's a fun time.
Yep.
That's I truly believe that's why hockey has done so well here. They provided a beautiful. If you build it, they will come.
yeah,
Right.
finally.
Build a dream.
Yes, they finally got there after 12 years. But once they built it, of course the community is going to show up. They want that unifying event
Yeah.
that come together. And it did kind of put a spear in the side of all of that.
Yeah, no doubt. So
Yeah. Are you disappointed in some of the move in sports? Like the NBA's gone pretty woke, and not to get political or anything, but do you yearn for the Jordan Bird era?
yes, but the one thing about sports that I really gets my dander up. I don't know what it is. The college sports, the NIL, all this. I'm not saying the athletes should get paid. But when players go to 4 different schools in 4 different years, they just transfer, get more money,
I know,
transfer,
I don't
get
like
more.
that they do that now.
And I think that has totally ruined college sports,
Yeah,
especially football.
Well,
I
and
believe the statistic this last year was every SEC quarterback made more money than Brock Purdy, who starts for the 49ers.
Yeah.
Like, that's a phenomenal stat.
Well, just recently, the Texas Tech softball team, they had a All-American pitcher, and Texas Tech, just before the season, said, okay, you come to our school, we'll give you $1 million. And she did, and she got $1 million, and they're going to have her back for another $1 million. And
and it's hard to turn money down.
Yeah, I understand
as a
that,
student, but yeah,
you know, the transfer portal. You know, I say maybe you can transfer once in your 4 years. You know, you can't transfer once and twice, and I mean, there's just no continuity in college sports these days.
Team, because your sense of team, you're building a team, and you get better. So building a program, it makes it tough to do that.
I have said forever, if I ever got asked to give a TED Talk, which I won't, but if I got asked to give a TED Talk.
Julie, would you give a TED Talk?
Sure.
I just asked
My
you.
TED Talk is right now.
Who's
It
Ted?
would be.
I know.
It would be titled.
Who's he play for? What position does Ted play?
Because loss of logic and loyalty in America. And these things that we're talking about, like with the NIL or the removal of the farm teams, and that's loss of loyalty and logic.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it destroys, it molests really great things when you get to that place.
Did you say molest?
She
I
did.
did. Mm-hmm.
We'll
I didn't know it
edit
was this
that
kind
out.
of show.
We can cut that out.
It's triple X here.
We can say whatever we want.
Yeah, it is really discouraging because part of loving a team is your loyalty to
Yep.
that team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And these NLI contracts make it possible.
Oh, yeah, they just
for
go
that to
from
just
one
go
school
away.
to another, and you know,
Well, we even know, like one of our local awesome athletes, Jackson Sorensen, he's already done it. He's moved.
yeah, he's
several
on
times.
his third school
Yeah,
right now.
mhm. He's doing
But,
phenomenal.
but it wasn't NIL money, I don't think. It was just,
just-
a better opportunity to play.
Better opportunity, better school. So now he's playing for Liberty.
Yep, he's having a good year. Had a good
Yeah.
year.
Okay, so you have another gig that we have to talk about. Doesn't have anything to do with sports, doesn't have anything to do with music. You entered the grandpa gig a few
Oh,
years
yes.
back. Let's
Yep.
chat.
Yeah, best thing ever.
You just light up anytime we chat about your two granddaughters.
Well, you know, we were told, my wife and I, we were told we couldn't have kids. So we were finally got lucky, and I think it was the postman. A new postman came into the neighborhood.
It's always the postman,
Yeah.
the mailman.
But and so we finally, I was a late father, which means I'm going to be a late grandpa. But yeah, it's the best. My oldest Violet is 2.5, and little Nora is about 6 weeks old now.
They're
And-
so beautiful.
You know, when I walk in and Violet runs up to me, Papa, Papa. I mean, oh man, it doesn't get any better than that. It just doesn't.
Yeah.
I'm getting goosebumps right now.
Yeah, it's good. When I say he lights up, it is a complete countenance change, which is why we have to talk about your new gig.
Yeah,
because
I love it.
It's that good.
Yep.
Well,
Yeah.
and you have a third on the way.
Yeah.
Third on the way.
I'm just waiting.
It'll happen.
Yeah,
It'll happen eventually.
I don't know. I've been told, Julie and I have talked about this before. Supposedly there's some out there maybe already.
Yeah.
My
No, I
oldest
don't want. I don't want to even go there.
my
Illegitimate can
oldest
become
son
legitimate.
says if I become famous, we might get a few calls.
I could have a few great grandkids in Texas for all I know.
That's possible. It's possible. Okay, you mentioned you did 20 years of mornings on QP, but you've done other radio gigs. Do you have a favorite music genre?
Yeah, I think I like 60s, 70s rock.
Yeah.
No,
Arrow.
Yep, I like Arrow, although too much, Michael Jackson for me. But anyway, yeah, and I love country music, the old country.
Yeah.
But I'm starting to get involved with the new country, and I like that as well. Disco, no. Rap, no. Domingo on La Caliente, boy, I love that music.
Makes me want to eat chips and salsa.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm an old hippie. Still love the rock and roll from the 60s and 70s.
Got a favorite artist from the 60s and 70s?
No, not really. Just I couldn't really name one.
Any great concerts you went to?
Oh,
That's still
I did
That you
yeah.
can remember?
Well, in my younger days, yeah. I mean, that was a blur back when I lived in El Paso. But just went to the Eagles at the Sphere in Vegas. Unbelievable.
Oh, that would be such a good
Oh,
concert.
it was the best ever. And I've been to a lot of concerts. Billy Joel, Elton John, their dueling piano concert in Vegas. 4 hours of music.
Oh, wow.
Amazing. There's a bunch of them. And I tell you what, hats off to the Mountain America Center. They've brought in some
they've brought in
very
great
good
talent.
Yeah, they
groups. Groups that were big when I was growing up. If they're still alive, But anyway, I've been to so many concerts I couldn't count.
So the Sphere, worth it? The ticket price?
Oh yes.
And
I mean, it wasn't cheap. It was, I think, tickets we got were like $400. But just to get into that place and the music and everything around you, it's amazing. I would say everybody should do it.
Yeah, you're
All right.
engulfed in an experience.
Yeah.
In that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I need to do that. I know Kenny Chesney's there right now.
See,
I've
and
heard-
I don't
I've
know if that
heard
would be
it's-
good. I
I've
mean,
heard it's okay. I really wanted to see the Eagles or the Dead.
Yeah.
Dead and Co. when they
Eagles
were there.
are coming back to the
Okay.
Sphere.
So there's still a chance.
Yeah.
So you could go.
Yes.
I love the Eagles music, so
Yeah.
I am sure that was just amazing. Okay, so here's the deal. When we invite guests on to the We Share podcast,
Where's the food?
I know we
don't
don't
eat.
have a green room. It's not in the
Oh,
budget
come
yet.
on. I thought this was
Intermittent fasting.
I thought this was an A1 show here.
We do have a pop cooler
Yeah, out
just
there.
outside Dr. Pepper.
When we invite guests on, we ask them to share a bit of either life advice or a lesson you've learned throughout your years, or whatever you would want to share, because it is called the We Share podcast. So I'm putting you on
Wow.
the spot
spot.
here. What would you like to share with our guests?
Why didn't you ask me this before?
A Balginyism.
So I could come up with a
Like
decent answer.
baseballism, Balginyism.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think one thing I've learned over the years, if you're going to do the job, of course, do it right. But I think preparation in any job is key. I remember Jim Garshow, who was, a legend, a real legend. He always told me before a game, he goes, if you have a good pregame show, you're going to have a good broadcast. And for years, I've seen guys walk in 5 minutes before the game and just go on the air. And, the product, matches what the preparation was. So I think my key has been, learn as much as I can before the game, and then everything seems to go real smooth. And I think you can use that in any type of job, preparation, and then things should go good for
Right,
you.
if you get
Yeah.
the reps in.
I don't even think it's just a job. I think also like anything you experience in life, if you're going to head out on a vacation and you really want to enjoy, I'm going to Nashville next week, I got to know where I'm headed.
Right.
Or else you're going to hit more speed bumps. It can still be fun, but you're going to hit
Was she
speed bumps.
rubbing that in? She's going to
I
Nashville?
think so.
Yeah.
You got to maximize your time, right? So you would rather have some strategies and plans before you get
Right.
there. But I do also encourage spontaneity, because in Nashville, I've been there. There is a lot.
There's so much to
There's
do.
a lot that you could just happen upon. So
Right.
give yourself an opportunity to have
Well,
those
prepare and
experiences
then
well.
adjust.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a great way. Or parenthood, or that's another way
Yeah.
that you prepare.
But I'm sure you and Neil, you
Oh,
you
we
don't
do a
just
ton of prep
walk
work.
in and start yapping. Well,
They actually do.
no. I'm still waiting for a
I've been
guest.
told.
I'm still waiting for a guest spot on the Neil Larson show. You know?
I have it for you. He's going on another vacation, so you
Yes,
can
you
come
should.
I
on
don't
in.
think your listeners would like what I have to say.
I think you can bring in a little different edge.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I
No-
don't
no
make
doubt.
people, when I fill in for Neil when he's on vacation, I don't make people get political unless they want to.
Yeah.
I actually reached out to Brad Barlow and asked him
Oh, he would be
on,
good.
on a whim, because Neil was gone an extra
Uh-huh.
day, and I said, can you fill in? And he said no. And I was like, is he lying to me? Because I don't know if he wants to come on the Neil Larson show.
It's another legend in this
I
town,
would just
Brad
be,
Barlow.
I would just
He's
be
amazing.
silent.
Yeah, he really is.
Yeah, we are surrounded. I know it sounds like we're bragging when we talk about Sandhill Media, but the talent in this building is overflowing.
I think so.
It is it is phenomenal.
And
what
it
has
speaks
been brought
volumes
together.
that people stay, right? Because the longevity in a career, like we've been talking about hopping around in sports, but if
Yeah,
you
this
find
is-
something you're good at and you like it, and then you're in an environment and coworkers,
Yeah, this is my 42nd year in this building.
It's amazing.
I started when I
amazing.
was 7. I was a child phenom, a prodigy.
7.
You're not.
He's
You're not,
lying.
you're not going for that.
Well, that sounds like something Marv would say. He's like,
He's the radio
"I was
version of
3
Doogie
o'clock."
Howser.
Yeah.
3.
Yeah. John Balginy, DJ. And 40 years for Chuckers this year. So it's been a good run. Don't know how long it's going to last, but I'm sure one day they're going to kick me out the door.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I'll tell you what my favorite thing about working at Sandhill Media has been is that I entered the game very late in comparison to everybody in this room or in this building.
Yeah.
I've been in radio 8 years. That's to enter. I'm 52 now, so that's a late entry into the game. I have learned so much just by watching people, and my previous digs before I came to Sandhill Media, they gatekeeped they wouldn't let you learn from them. It was this isolation that was going on.
Yeah.
I have not experienced this here. There is mentors at every turn, and they're willing to teach.
We have like
that's been amazing.
hundreds of years of experience in this building, which I think proves that that's why we're at the top of the heap.
Yep.
Yep, it's a good deal.
Absolutely.
It's a good deal.
Yep.
See, you survived, John. This is the end of the podcast. You
Is that
did
it?
so good.
Oh, I wanted to go another 45 minutes.
What else have you got to
Yeah,
tell
what
us?
do you
Go
got?
ahead.
I'm done.
All right.
Hey, thanks. I appreciate it.
Yes.
I know I've been putting Julie off for a while, but
Yeah.
I know. We've rescheduled.
We saved the best for last.
I would like to have been number 100, but apparently that's somebody a little more important than me. That would be the 100th guest.
We knew that we couldn't tip into the next century.
Look, it
You
isn't
had to set it
100
up.
bottles of beer on the wall.
Yeah.
It's 99.
99.
Oh, okay, all
And
right.
I
There we
think,
go.
what is it?
I don't believe either one of you.
Prince has a song,
Yeah.
Party Like It's 1999.
99 red balloons. Is that
Yeah,
the other
99
one?
loose
there you go.
balloons. Yeah.
It's an important number. Thank you, John.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us today on the We Share podcast.
If you've loved what you've heard, please give us a 5-star rating. Tell your friends and share this show.
You can also follow us for recipes, lifestyle and fashion tips, book reviews, and more on WeSharePodcast.com.
Join our Share Squad and sign up for our newsletter there.
We would love to connect with you.
We share on TikTok, Pinterest, Facebook, and Instagram. Give us a follow.
A big goodbye squeeze and sending you all our love from Alex and Julie.
Join us next week on the We Share podcast.